July 16, 1969. The Kennedy Space Center, Florida. A giant rocket, the Saturn V, stands poised, a monument to a decade of ambition. On top sits a tiny capsule carrying three men, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. Their destination, a place no human has ever been before. The moon. The countdown begins. 10, 9, 8. The world holds its breath. This isn't just a launch. It's the culmination of a national promise, a fierce technological battle, and the dreams of an entire planet. This is the story of Apollo 11, humanity's giant leap. The journey to the moon began years earlier, sparked by President John F. Kennedy's audacious challenge in 1961 to land a man on the moon and return him safely to the Earth before the decade was out. This was the peak of the Cold War, and the space race with the Soviet Union was in full swing. The Soviets had launched the first satellite, Sputnik, and put the first man in space, Yuri Gagarin. America needed to respond, and the Apollo program was that response. It was an undertaking of unimaginable scale, involving over 400,000 people, and a budget that would be equivalent to hundreds of billions of dollars today. Now, after 8 years of relentless work, trial, and tragic error, the moment had arrived. The engines of the Saturn V ignite with a roar that shakes the very ground, unleashing more power than any machine ever built. With 7.5 million pounds of thrust, the rocket slowly, then rapidly, climbs into the sky. Inside the command module, named Columbia, the three astronauts are pressed into their seats by the immense G-forces. Their mission is underway. For the next 3 days, they travel across the vast, silent expanse of space, 250,000 miles separating them from home. From their window, Earth shrinks to a beautiful, swirling blue and white marble. Michael Collins, the command module pilot, would later describe it as a fragile oasis in the immense blackness. Their destination grows larger, a gray, pockmarked world of ancient craters and stark beauty. On July 20th, the time for the most critical phase of the mission arrives. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin move from the command module Columbia into the lunar module, a strange, spidery craft named Eagle. Michael Collins remains in orbit, alone, his role just as crucial. He is their ride home. As Eagle separates and begins its descent, mission control in Houston is a sea of calm focus, but the tension is palpable. Every person in that room knows that this is where it could all go wrong. As they descend, alarms begin to blare inside the Eagle's cockpit. Computer overload alarms. Armstrong's heart rate spikes. Back in Houston, a 26-year-old flight controller named Steve Bales has to make a split-second decision. Is the alarm critical? He recalls endless simulations and training. He makes the call. Go. We're go on that alarm. He trusts the system, trusts the training. The descent continues. But the problems aren't over. Armstrong realizes their automated landing system is taking them towards a large crater filled with boulders the size of cars. Not a safe place to land. With fuel levels dropping dangerously low, he takes manual control. This is the moment that defines a test pilot. Armstrong skillfully steers the Eagle, scanning the lunar surface for a safe spot. In Houston, the Capcom's voice is the only one heard, relaying the fuel status. 60 seconds left. 30 seconds. The tension is almost unbearable. Aldrin calls out altitude and velocity data. Drifting right. Contact light. Then, Armstrong's calm voice cuts through the static, across 250,000 miles of space. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. A wave of relief and pure joy washes over mission control. Applause erupts. For the first time in history, a human craft rests on the surface of another world. They've made it. But the mission is far from over. After a series of checks, the astronauts prepare for the historic moonwalk. The whole world is watching. Over 650 million people are tuned in on television, witnessing history as it happens. The grainy black and white image from a camera on the side of the lunar module is transmitted across the globe. We see the hatch open and a figure in a bulky white suit slowly backing down a ladder. Then, Neil Armstrong sets his left foot onto the powdery lunar soil. His voice comes back, slightly distorted but clear and unforgettable. "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." It's a phrase that will be etched into history forever. Buzz Aldrin joins him on the surface soon after, and his first words are of pure awe. Beautiful view, magnificent desolation. For the next 2.5 hours, they explore this new world. They plant the American flag, a symbol of the national effort that got them there. They collect rock and soil samples that will revolutionize our understanding of the solar system. They set up scientific experiments, and they bounce. In the 1/6 gravity of the moon, they move with a joyful, dreamlike quality. They are humanity's ambassadors on an alien world, and they're showing us what's possible. Meanwhile, orbiting high above them, Michael Collins is arguably the most isolated human being in history. Every time Columbia passes behind the moon, he loses all contact with Earth and his fellow astronauts. He is utterly alone. Yet, he later wrote that he didn't feel lonely. He felt a part of it, a crucial link in the chain that would bring his crewmates back safely. After their moonwalk, Armstrong and Aldrin returned to the Eagle, exhausted but exhilarated. They must now execute another critical maneuver, launching from the moon to rendezvous with Collins and Columbia. The ascent engine has to work perfectly. There's no backup. Mission Control waits anxiously. Then, the confirmation. The Eagle is airborne, successfully ascending from the lunar surface. The rendezvous with Columbia is flawless. The three explorers are reunited. They jettison the Eagle, their lunar lander, and begin the 3-day journey home. On July 24th, Columbia re-enters Earth's atmosphere, blazing like a meteorite across the sky. It splashes down safely in the Pacific Ocean, where the crew is recovered by the USS Hornet. The mission is a success. Kennedy's challenge has been met. The astronauts are heroes, but they are quick to share the credit, praising the hundreds of thousands of people who worked behind the scenes to make the journey possible. The Apollo 11 mission was more than just a technological achievement. It was a unifying moment for humanity. For a brief time, in the summer of '69, people all over the world looked up at the same moon and felt a shared sense of wonder and accomplishment. It showed us that when we unite with a bold vision, fueled by courage and ingenuity, there are no limits to what we can achieve. The legacy of Apollo 11 isn't just in the footprints left on the moon. It's in the inspiration it continues to provide, reminding us to keep exploring, to keep questioning, and to keep reaching for the stars. The story of Apollo 11 is a testament to what we can do when we dare to dream big. It's a story that belongs to all of us. But history is not just made by the people we see on camera. It's made by a vast team, working together. And that's where you come in. Our channel, Historical Figures and Moments, is looking for skilled volunteers to join our Mission Control. If you have a passion for history and expertise in research, script editing, creating space visualizations, or sound design, we want you on our team. This is a fantastic opportunity to gain experience and collaborate with fellow history enthusiasts. If you're ready to help us make history together, please send your resume and a brief cover letter explaining your skills and your passion too. Start now, 1995-1995@gmail.com. Let us launch the next great story. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the moments that shaped our world.